In the annals of the Roman Empire, where power was absolute and spectacles defined society, whispers persist of a game far more sinister and captivating than any gladiatorial contest. What if the most powerful men in Rome didn't just watch battles, but orchestrated human lives as pieces on a grand living chessboard? Welcome to Echoes of Time, your portal to the forgotten pages of history, where we delve into the secrets that lie under the dust of centuries. Today, we journey back to ancient Rome, a civilization renowned for its engineering marvels, its vast empire, and its often brutal forms of entertainment. From the thunderous roar of chariot races echoing through the Circus Maximus to the meticulously reenacted naval battles on artificial lakes, Roman society thrived on public spectacle. Yet, beneath the well-documented pageantry, darker tales from chroniclers and later folklore suggest an imperial pastime so profoundly disturbing, so utterly ruthless, that it continues to challenge our understanding of human cruelty and the unfathomable depths of absolute power. This is the legend of the Emperor's Human Chessboard, a rumored game of unparalleled strategic brilliance and horrific life and death stakes, shrouded in the enigma of Rome's most forgotten corners. Ancient Rome was a world where the emperor's whim could reshape entire landscapes, dictate the fate of nations, and, most chillingly, hold absolute dominion over individual human lives. In this empire, where power was not merely wielded but flaunted with breathtaking extravagance, historical accounts occasionally allude to imperial whims reaching unimaginable extremes. Against the backdrop of imperial pleasure or complex political machinations, human lives often held little intrinsic value. This chilling reality forms the fertile ground upon which legends like the human chessboard could take root and flourish. It's a concept that pushes the boundaries of imagination, forcing us to confront the ultimate degradation of human dignity under tyrannical rule, questioning just how far an emperor might go to satisfy a macabre curiosity or to assert unquestionable authority. The core of this unsettling legend describes a terrifying scenario: highly educated slaves, condemned prisoners, or even political rivals conscripted into complex, deadly scenarios. These individuals, stripped of their agency, were said to be forced into roles as living pieces on a grand, elaborate board, their every move dictated by the emperor himself, their survival or gruesome demise hanging in the balance. Imagine the sheer terror, the psychological torment of being a pawn in such a game, knowing that a single misstep, a strategic blunder by your imperial puppeteer, could mean instant, brutal death. The sheer scale of such an undertaking, the intricate planning required to orchestrate human lives in this manner, speaks to a mind deeply steeped in tactical genius, albeit one unburdened by any shred of moral compass. This was no mere casual amusement. These games were, if the tales are to be believed, often far more than just entertainment. They were veiled displays of power, tactical genius, and a stark, horrifying reminder of who truly held dominion over life and death within the empire. The emperor, seated high above, not only observed but actively manipulated the fate of those below, showcasing his intellectual superiority and his absolute control. It was a demonstration designed to inspire awe, fear, and unwavering obedience throughout the court, and perhaps even the wider populace. Such a spectacle would have served as a brutal lesson, a chilling performance that underscored the precariousness of existence for anyone who dared to cross the imperial will, reinforcing the absolute and terrifying nature of imperial authority. Yet, despite the compelling nature of these narratives, definitive archaeological evidence for a literal human chessboard remains elusive. The dust of centuries has settled over Rome, revealing grand structures, intricate mosaics, and countless artifacts, but nothing directly confirming such a grotesque practice. This absence of concrete physical proof is what propels the legend into the realm of enduring historical mystery, compelling us to rely on the fragmentary whispers of ancient chroniclers and the often embellished tales that became folklore. We are left to piece together the possibilities from textual allusions and the pervasive atmosphere of imperial excess that defined certain periods of Roman history. The very elusiveness of the evidence adds to the chilling allure, making the question of its reality even more tantalizing. So, was this human chessboard a dark reality, a barbaric extension of Rome's already brutal gladiatorial contests, or something else entirely? Historians, ever vigilant in their pursuit of truth, offer several compelling perspectives, each attempting to unravel the enigma. The debate itself is an echo of humanity's long struggle to comprehend the extremes of power and cruelty. Each theory presents a different lens through which to view these ancient whispers, challenging us to discern the boundaries between historical fact, moralizing allegory, and the terrifying power of human imagination run wild in the face of absolute authority. It is within these scholarly discussions that the true nature of this forgotten game, or the concept it represents, begins to take shape, allowing us to better understand the present by delving into the past. One perspective posits that the human chessboard was indeed a literal, albeit rare, practice. Adherents to this theory argue that it represented a barbaric evolution of the Roman arena, a natural, albeit horrifying, progression of the entertainment spectacles that routinely involved the public execution and calculated slaughter of humans and beasts. In a society where gladiators fought to the death for public amusement, where criminals were thrown to wild animals, and where reenacted battles could claim hundreds of lives, the concept of an emperor orchestrating human lives as strategic pieces might not have been an entirely alien leap. This view suggests that under the most tyrannical rulers, the ultimate degradation of human life under an absolute, unchecked authority reached its horrifying zenith in such a game, transforming individuals into mere playthings, disposable pawns in a live-action, deadly strategy game conceived solely for imperial pleasure and the demonstration of absolute control. For those who subscribe to this literal interpretation, the absence of definitive archaeological evidence is not necessarily a disqualifier. Such a practice, if it existed, would likely have been shrouded in secrecy, reserved for the emperor's most trusted inner circle, or perhaps conducted in private, less public venues than the Colosseum. Its very existence would have been an extreme, even by Roman standards, a taboo beyond the usual public spectacles, making overt documentation or grand monuments unlikely. The whispers, therefore, become even more significant, suggesting a reality so dark that it was almost consciously erased from official history, relegated to the realm of hushed chronicles and terrifying legends passed down through generations. It speaks to a level of calculated depravity that even the hardened Roman public might have found unsettling if widely known, further cementing its status as a forgotten and perhaps deliberately obscured chapter. However, another prominent theory argues that the human chessboard was not a literal game at all, but rather a moralizing fable. This perspective suggests that the tales were crafted to underscore the depravity of certain emperors, figures like Caligula or Nero, whose excesses were already well documented and widely condemned even in their own time. These rulers, known for their capricious cruelty, their insatiable lust for power, and their profound disregard for human life, became prime subjects for such cautionary narratives. The fable would have served as a powerful rhetorical tool, a chilling allegory designed to highlight the tyrannical nature of unchecked imperial power and the depths of corruption to which it could lead. By painting a picture of an emperor orchestrating human lives as a game, the chroniclers or storytellers could vividly illustrate the moral decay and inhumanity of such rulers, without necessarily detailing a specific historical event. In this light, the legend becomes a testament to the enduring power of myth to convey profound truths about human nature and political systems. It's a story designed to shock, to horrify, and to condemn, using hyperbole to effectively communicate the barbarity of a regime. These stories, whether they contained a kernel of truth or were entirely fabricated, served a crucial purpose in shaping public opinion and historical memory, ensuring that the names of such emperors would forever be associated with ultimate cruelty. The human chessboard, then, is not a forgotten game, but a forgotten lesson, a symbolic warning against the corrupting influence of absolute power, woven into the fabric of Roman folklore, echoing through the ages as a potent reminder of the fragility of justice in the face of tyranny. A third, equally compelling perspective posits that while a literal chessboard might indeed be fiction, the concept brilliantly symbolizes the life and death stakes inherent in Roman power struggles. In the treacherous world of the imperial court, where ambitious senators, conniving advisors, and rival factions constantly vied for influence, individuals were indeed pawns in a much larger, often deadly political game. This interpretation views the human chessboard not as a physical reality, but as a chilling metaphor for the intricate and lethal dance of power that characterized imperial Rome. Every decision made by the emperor, every decree issued, every alliance forged or broken could dictate the survival or downfall of countless individuals, families, and even entire regions. Under this symbolic lens, the emperor was the ultimate player, and the court, the empire itself, was his grand chessboard. Courtiers were maneuvered, rivals eliminated, and loyalists rewarded, all within a complex strategy designed to consolidate and maintain power. The stakes were undeniably life and death, with exile, imprisonment, or summary execution being common outcomes for those who lost favor or became obstacles to imperial ambition. The game then becomes a brilliant allegorical representation of the cutthroat political landscape, a powerful image that encapsulates the constant danger and strategic brilliance required to navigate or survive the imperial machine. It underscores how, for many, life was indeed a perilous game, played by rules they did not set, with their very existence dependent on the whims of an all-powerful ruler. The truth, like many echoes from antiquity, remains shrouded in enigma. The human chessboard challenges us to consider the limits of imperial power and human cruelty, pushing us to question how far a ruler might descend into depravity, and how readily human lives could become expendable in the pursuit of entertainment or political dominance. It's a compelling puzzle woven from historical fragments and chilling narratives that refuses to be neatly categorized. Whether it was a rare, barbaric reality, a potent moralizing fable, or a profound allegory for the political machinations of the time, its story illuminates a dark corner of Roman history, reminding us that the past is often far more complex and unsettling than the sanitized versions found in textbooks. Unraveling such enigmas is the very essence of Echoes of Time. We delve into these untold stories, these historical mysteries, not just to satisfy our curiosity, but to better understand the forces that have shaped humanity. The tale of the emperor's human chessboard compels us to reflect on the nature of absolute power, the value placed on human life across different eras, and the enduring human capacity for both cruelty and storytelling. It forces us to confront the shadows of our past, to listen to the whispers that never quite made it into the official histories, and to consider the terrifying possibilities that lie just beyond the verifiable. Did this gruesome game truly exist, or is it a testament to the enduring power of myth in the face of absolute power? The answer may forever elude us, lost in the sands of time. Yet the mere contemplation of it forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about ourselves and the societies we build. What lessons does this forgotten chapter, whether fact or fiction, whisper to us about the dangers of unchecked authority in our own world today?